friends, it's Audrey. I'm here today on a super nasty rainy day, and you probably hear Dennis in the background, my dog, barking. It's a super rainy day, and I'm here to share my process on for a 12 by 12 layout that I'm going to do using the new February Love Notes collection from Coco Daisy. It's super beautiful. The layout I'm going to do is involving concentric hearts. So if you don't know what a concentric heart is, it means that the shapes share the same center and are placed inside one another. So I always start with a sketch here. So a concentric heart, see the hearts, I did this loose sketch here. The hearts are shaped inside each other and they share the same center. So my layout is going to feature concentric hearts. It's going to be a 12 by 12 scrapbooking layout. I've already done some of the groundwork for you to start off, so this video is not super long, and I'm probably going to pop in and pop out with this video, but first I'm going to show you what I'm doing here, what my idea is. I always start with a sketch here. So my sketch is basically the concentric hearts, which is a heart shape in itself. Multiple heart shapes in one. I have two 3x4 photos of my parents that I am going to put down on the right side. Some embellishments on the side, maybe some embellishments up here, and using the beautiful stamp sets that were in the Traveler's Notebook and the Memory Keeping Pocket Kit, I'm going to stamp a design on the back of it. So before I get started, I speed up this video, let me show you what I did here. Okay, so here, these are the pictures of my parents that I'm going to be using. There's one from when they were first dating, and there's a current one. So I went ahead on my silhouette, and I used a silhouette pen, and I took a heart shape, and I put it, multiple of them, I just kept shrinking it down, and I put them in each other. Then I used the silhouette pen to draw it out. My idea is to embroider all of these heart shapes with some embroidery floss from my stash. So what I did was I started and I punched holes in them. I tried to use the stipple feature in my silhouette. It just was not working right for me. So you could see back here, all the holes are punched. So I did leave some of the holes to be punched in the small heart, so you can see what I'm doing and what tool I'm going to be using. So I'm going to go ahead, get started with that, and then the next thing I'm going to start on is stamping some background with some stamps that match. So let's get started. Let's speed up this video, and let's start this concentric hearts layout. Okay, let's go. Okay, so I took out my Cricut paper pierce to finish putting in the holes, which will help make my embroidery go a lot easier and smoother for the concentric heart. Now I am taking out my stamps from the stamp set, and I'm using the hearts within the stamp sets in order to stamp on the background. I'm using a red, a pink, and a white ink from my stash. It's really hard to see the pink and the white on the video, but they really bring together and complete the final project. I clean my stamps as I go along with Huggies baby wipes, and then I wipe it off with a paper towel. It just keeps the stamps clean and preserves them for future use. So I am finishing up the stamping that I wanted to put on the back of the layout before I put the embroidery floss on, and getting ready to move over to start the embroidery. You'll see that I'm going to cut this part of the video a little short, and I am going to just show you how I do the embroidery quickly, because it takes a lot of time for me to do the embroidery on this full heart, so I ended up doing it later on off video. So here's the embroidery floss. I used 4 or 5 different colors. I forgot to set up my workstation with some just regular Scotch tape, so I had that beautiful macaroon washi tape on hand, and I use that for the win to tape the embroidery floss down. I can't remember what this stitch is called. It might be the running stitch, but basically what you do is on the front of your project, you do every third hole and then you turn it around, and the empty hole that is there on the back, you run your embroidery needle through in order to get the embroidery of the heart. So in just a couple of seconds, I'm going to shut off this portion of the video, and I will pop back in when the heart is all complete.
Okay, welcome back. So I am done with the stitching on my concentric heart. I did this last night in front of the TV, and it made it really easier in order to go through and complete this. So you can see the stitching is done, and I'm actually really happy with how it came out. So now I am back. It's better weather today, and I am going to finish this concentric heart layout. So again, here's my original sketch. I can show you, I'm going to change it up a little bit because I was going to put on the right hand corner the two photos of my parents. One is from when they were dating and one is a current one. So I was going to put them down on the corner, but you'll see I had a little snafu here, right here. You can see that, a little snafu with the embroidery last night when I was getting this done. I was starting to get tired at the end. So I decided to change up my design a little bit, and I'm going to break it up by putting this picture down here of my parents, of the 4x3 horizontal picture, so it covers that little snafu. And then I'm going to put the other one, the 3x4 vertical picture, I'm going to put that in the top here. Reason why I'm going to do this way is because I worked hard, and I'm really proud of the stitching for the concentric heart. So I want to make sure that you can see that, and then it's part of the focus. And I don't think it really takes away from the two different photos. I do want to make sure that the later one, or the earlier one of them when they were dating, is on the top because that came first in time, obviously, and the other one is at the bottom. And I apologize, my tripod is not tall enough to get the full square, but I will attempt to try to show you each part of the layout as we move on. Okay, so let me go ahead and finish up this layout and speed up this video. All right, let's get going.
Okay, I start by matting the back of the photographs and pulling out some embellishments. So I'm matting the back of the photographs with paper from the kids. I chose this abstract piece of paper because it reminded me of my mom. She's an abstract artist. And then you'll see I ultimately choose this striped paper for the photo of them when they were younger because to me it felt like it went really well with the concentric heart. So I am gluing them down and just fussy cutting the photos out of the paper and just cutting it evenly to eyeball it to fit well on the mat. So next up, I am starting to lay down the embellishments, and I'm going through all the beautiful pieces in the kits. I'm using the main planner kit, the memory keeping pocket kit, the traveler's notebook kit, and a few other add-ons, including the classified edition for the memory keeper kit, and I believe the memory keeper sticker kit. So I ended up with 2 pocket cards, so I decided to keep the design for each of the photos uniform and the same. So underneath the photos, I put 2 pocket cards and I stuck in that little tag. I'm taking pictures of my work as I go along so I know where the layout's going to be, and I'm also tracing it with a pencil so when I put the glue down, I can put it down where I decide I want to do it. You'll see I just took out one of the bags that the kits come in, and I used a string from that bag in order to uh, put on the back of the tag. It's a really great way to repurpose what comes in your kit. So here I am using my phone to look at how I laid it out, tracing it out with a pencil, and ultimately gluing it down. So I'm going to do this with the older one, and then I also will repeat the same design with the photograph of my parents when they were younger. You will also see that I took out my tiny attacher, my stapler, and I put some staples to staple down the photographs and the embellishments for some texture and design, but also because the embroidery is so raised that I was concerned that the glue wouldn't really hold down very well. And I didn't feel like pulling out anything stronger, so I knew the staples would hold that together in place. Now I'm going back again through my stash. I pulled out some die cuts. I like to separate the die cuts in one little tin that I kind of have saved. Uh, Combine them together from the kits and separate out the die cuts. It makes it easier for me just to find things. So here I am pulling out the different embellishments, trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I ended up with those dated stickers so I can put the dates of the photographs. I pulled out those beautiful little puffy heart stickers, which I know I'm going to definitely use. Those puffy heart stickers are also concentric hearts because if you look at them, you'll see that there's a heart in a heart. And I'm pulling out now the chipboard to go through, and I just decided to stick that chipboard that said photo down. I played around with those bows. I really liked those bows, and I thought they were really very cute, and I just really liked them. But for some reason, it just didn't look right for me. It didn't do well for me, and um, I just ultimately went with the hearts. So you could see I had a bow up there initially, and I am now trying to replicate the bottom and make it a uniform design. So I initially used pop dots and one of the die cuts to pop up that heart to match the chipboard on the bottom. Every time I take it off the screen, I am holding it up away from me to see what it looks like because sometimes I can get a better look at it if I hold it up. So now I'm done embellishing the photographs and I am working on the bottom corner, which is kind of my title area, and figuring out what I want to do. Going through the sticker kit, I had that red sheet of word stickers from the memory keeping classified kit that I knew I wanted to use because my mom's favorite color is red, and I wanted to weave that in there somehow. So I ended up putting one of the die cuts down that said Amore and the red sticker down. I think it says "This is love" or something like that. But now I'm using some of those really cute puffy word script stickers to write my title, which is going to say "Mom and Dad." You'll see that I started putting it down, and then the spacing wasn't proper how I liked it, so I was able to pick it up and put it down again. That's one of the things I love about the Cocoa Daisy products is that until you really press it down, you don't have to commit to it. So there you can see I looked at it again. I'm pulling it away. I'm looking at it, judging how I want to do things and what I want to do. And uh, I apologize, it's a little off screen, but I did end up putting some more die cuts and stickers down at the bottom. So I'm looking at that again. Um, Finally, I decided to finish this layout by stamping in black to try to pull the colors of the black and white photograph together and incorporate them with the color photograph, stamping it with some tiny little hearts from the stamps that were in the kits. So here I am going ahead and stamping it. I'm using VersaFine ink. You'll see what happens here is I am a little sloppy in my stamping and I end up getting ink on that die cut that I used in the younger photo of them. So I pull it up, take it off, and I put one of the circle stickers there, circle chipboard stickers there. I was playing around with if I wanted to use more embellishments. I decided to just call it done, and that was it. Thanks for watching.